Hi, welcome to Talk Comics to me. It's Champ Champenstein.
I'm Heather.
We're gonna rush through this. This is I don't know. I'll figure out the week. I'll tell you all.
It was last week. No, it was,
2 weeks.
yeah, I was gonna say it would have technically been 2 weeks ago. We're late, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. I have Frank Frazetta's Death Dealer. This is issue number 7. This brings us back to the main storyline. The last two were kind of technically one shots that were within the realm of this world, but this brings us back to the main character. I'm not sure if his name is Kerr or Cure because it's Kur. So in my head, I've been saying Kerr. Who
Mhm.
knows? But this is him. He is in hell trying to retrieve the soul of the kid he accidentally killed when he had bloodlust. But it also has a little bit of origin for him before he had the mantle of Death Dealer, and explains kind of how he ended up with it and was cursed. So I still really like this series. The art in this one, I don't know what was different about it, but it just looked, it wasn't different because it's the same artist, but it felt different because it was just, I don't know, it's hell, and it was like ice. It was cold, which is the
Yeah,
exact opposite of what everyone has been taught that hell is. So I thought that was very interesting.
it's a fun little twist.
Yeah, it's and anyway, I love that book. It's fantastic. I've been having a great time with it. And then I have Orc Island. This is issue number 3. This is just dealing with the group that went over to Orc Island to kill orcs and take their skulls back to their land to sell to the royals to get money. They get captured by the orcs and killed, pretty much. Other stuff goes on too, but that's the gist of what happens here.
Mhm.
Is the orcs are getting revenge against the ones that they killed by capturing the group and torturing them, essentially. That's all.
Okay, that's all. I have that's Texas Blood. This is the first volume of the trade. This isn't new. I bought this several months ago. Uh, and I have read it finally. I found time to freely read something. And for some reason, I thought this was about monsters.
What is
I,
it about?
it is this, well, this story arc is about, it's like there's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you're following a detective who is solving a murder. You shift perspective to the brother who then goes down to like Texas to figure out like what happened to his brother, because he just knows that he died. When he gets down
Mm-hmm.
there, he finds out he's murdered, and then stuff kind of spirals out of control. I love this. Like
You did? Okay.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I ordered the second trade, so maybe we'll find out if it is about monsters or if it's just like the humans are the monsters. I don't know why I thought there were monsters in it.
I thought it was a monster story too. It
I
gives off that feeling like it is.
Yeah, and in my head I really thought it was like about vampires. I don't know. I projected something on this book that is not what this book is. Um it was really great. I would definitely recommend it. So I will get volume 2 and I'll let everybody know about the monster situation.
Perfect. Thank you.
But otherwise it is just like straight up like some like crime shit.
Okay. Is it Nor?
I was just trying to see if it said like on the back like what it is. A crime, monster crime. It doesn't say that, but
I was like, are you kidding me? That would have been so funny.
okay, let's move on. We're going too slow. Uh this is Chroma. This is issue number 1. Heather did not get this, but read it.
I
Uh
did, and I'm very disappointed that I didn't get it. It was so good.
yeah, this is by Lorenzo de Felici. And yeah, this was like one of my favorite books last week. I was super impressed with it. I was not expecting it. I did have someone tell me that it gave them like giver vibes.
Okay.
which I was like, yeah, I guess I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There, I really love the art. I really like the use of colors. Um, and yeah, I don't know, just like an interesting little like fantasy story about, I guess, kind of like religious zealots
Hmm.
who switch their lives to like black and white to avoid these lizard people. Um, but obviously there's like a little bit more to everything that's happening
Yeah. There's eggs.
here. There's eggs. There's
There's
eggs
eggs.
and like, yeah, weird lizards. So yeah, I really, really like those.
Hmm. And one kid who thinks that there is more.
Yeah,
Always one.
thank goodness. Okay, are you going? Okay, no, okay, yeah, my bad. I just wanted to make sure. Um, next we have Batman One Bad Day. This is Mr. Freeze. This is by Gary Duggan and Matteo Scalera. Uh, this was probably my favorite one out of all of the One Bad Days so far.
I'm so glad you said that because that's how I feel about it too. It was so good. Like
Hmm.
I love Scalera's art, and so I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna like it a lot because of that. But I came out of it going like, damn, that was really good.
Yeah, this was probably the best one so far. Yeah, I really like the flow of the story. Um, it, it's weird because I also am like, well, what is the point of One Bad Day?
Mm-hmm. It's all the bad guys are having a really bad day.
But like, are they? It's like didn't seem like a bad day necessarily, but yes, I
Seems like a
guess.
bad life for him. Like he's
Hmm.
having a bad time, is what it is. But yeah, this is just the one of Mr. Freeze, and it's a cute little Christmas story, you know? I
Kind
did
of,
like
I guess. Yeah.
yeah, I mean like it has a lot not a lot to do with it, but
Yeah,
it's
there's presents being given.
yeah. I did
There's
like how it was
songs being sung.
how Dick was in this one. I like that one. I don't know why I was so confused when he was like in it. I was like, wait, who is Master Richard? But then I got it. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, so this is like then, this is like back a little bit. So,
Hmm.
yes, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was just really good.
Yeah, yeah. Now
Okay,
it's your turn. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Okay,
Okay.
this is She Bites. This is issue number 2. This is just the story of a suicidal girl who is trying to earn enough money to go to Scotland because she's going to kill herself there. So she is hired by a vampire who is in the body of like a tiny child. And basically, in order to get the money, she has to accompany this little girl everywhere that she is not able to normally because she's in the body of a little girl. So she like buys her cigarettes, like gets her alcohol, like all that kind of stuff. And it's surprisingly fun. Like it's a lot of fun
Okay.
to read. I don't know. There's something about it that is nice, and there's also like some heartwarming scenes between the two of them because the babysitter is not very confident. She has very low self esteem, and so the vampire is like trying to help her realize her worth and stuff. So it's just a silly little vampire story. Um, and then I have Sparks of Chaos. This is issue number 1. This is only 3 issue series. This is just a modern take on like Greek gods and stuff. Basically, they are reincarnated into certain bodies and stuff. And the main character, Silenus, is going around trying to find Dionysus. I can't Dionys. Why can't I say it right now? What is wrong with me?
Dionysus.
Yes, it did not come out. He is trying to find him because that is the god that him and his people, I guess, worshipped. And when he died, they had no one left. So he's trying to go around to find this god and then put him through the like trial steps to give him the title back of god.
All right.
It was
So
very
far.
interesting. I really like the art for it. I like that is like a modern take on it.
Hmm.
And I like the idea of like how it was executed of the gods being reborn and stuff. So like you have all these main gods who are in like average everyday looking people hunting this one main guy because he is trying to get Dionysus. I'm not even going to try to say it. Dionysus.
There you go.
Did it. But yeah, it's on this very small line. Um, I'm not sure if they did that on purpose. Sex, CEX. That's what I'm gonna say. Anyway, that's all.
Is it my turn then? I guess.
Hmm.
I have Above Snakes. This is issue number 5. This is the last issue in this little story. Uh, Dirt just gets his revenge. That's
I
really
love
it.
that cover.
You kind of find out like more of the story, but it's still just like, I really like this book. Pretty straightforward little Western revenge story.
Yeah. Well, good. Do you think they're gonna do like a second part to it, or is that all?
I think that'll be it.
Okay. Cool.
I hope they don't do a second part to it. It's like it's fine. Leave it.
Yeah, they don't need to, but
Yeah.
okay.
This is Batman Superman World's Finest. This is issue number 9. Now I'm like, what happened in this book?
It's the introduction of the Dan Mora Joker, who I am
Yeah.
obsessed with. But yeah, just
I guess you find out more about the new sidekick and like what actually happened
Mhm.
on his world.
He's training, I guess, with Titans, right?
Yeah, the Titans
Yeah.
and Batman and Superman.
Yeah, he's kind of learning the ropes from all of our superheroes in this story, which was very cute. I like the difference between Bruce and Clark.
Yeah, I would say they're just kind of pulling him at like different ways too, which is
Hmm.
like you can see it's kind of doing something. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, fun little story.
And then again, we get Dan Mora's Joker. I love Dan Mora so much. Like I can't. I was thinking about it last night when I found that Kickstarter for the Claus books. I was like scrolling through everything in there, and I was like, Dan Mora is just one of the most incredible artists
Yeah,
in
I
my time.
agree.
I can't even like this book, even if I didn't like the story, it just is, it looks so good.
Yeah, that is like one of the best parts of this book is just like the way it looks and like the way everybody's drawn
Hmm.
and like the colors too.
Yeah, this, I think that anytime that Dan Mora and Tamara Bonvillain are like on a project together, it's guaranteed gonna be good.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter. It's fantastic. But I do like this book a lot. So okay, I'm gonna go.
Hmm.
Okay, so on the opposite end of the spectrum, this is Namor the Submariner issue number 2, Conquered Shores Part 2. This is, I don't even know. This book was really hard for me to read. I don't like the art for it at all. This is just Namor in the future trying to figure out a way for people on land and people under the sea to live together and survive with everything that's going on. Him and Luke Cage are going to the Fantastic Four's like tower or whatever. They're no longer there. They're going there to try to locate somebody. There's a flashback. Let me see if I can find the flashback. Yeah, because there's a face that he makes that made me like, bleh. It was so bad. There it is. I don't know. And then her face down here. I can't. It made it very hard for me to concentrate on the actual story because I I don't I don't like the art, and it makes me feel so terrible for saying that because I know the artist probably put in such hard work to make
Yeah.
this book, but it's not for me. I am gonna have to take it off of my poll, which is also a shame because I love Namor. But oh yeah, these are my 3. This is DC's. This is War of the Undead Gods issue number 4. It's just continuing the story of them like trying to get the anti-life equation vaccine to people in the universe who have experienced the destruction from this. A lot of stuff happens in here. But yeah, this, I mean, if you've read DC's, you know what it is. They're just trying to make everyone better. That's all. And then I have Phantasmagoria. This is issue number 3. I'm not sure if I completely understand what is going on in this book because there's so many moving pieces. Like this particular issue was told in like 3 different people's perspectives.
Okay.
And several of the characters look exactly alike. So it was a little confusing for me, but it's basically 2 wizards, for lack of a better term. They used to work together and now they don't, and it kind of goes into why they don't work together anymore and what they are currently doing while trying to find the spirit or ghost or whatever that was
Mhm.
possessing the character in the first issue.
Okay.
It's a lot. There's a lot going on in here. The art is like really good though, like especially with the horror aspect of it, like the monsters, all that kind of stuff. It looks great, but it's just a little confusing for me. So I think
Yeah,
it's
that's
only 4 issues.
how that first issue was for me, where I was just like, I can't, this is too much.
Yeah, it's weird because like the second issue made it more understandable. Like I was
Hmm.
able to understand what was happening more for some reason, and then it jumped right back into this, which made me feel like a child in the forest, just like reaching my hand out, trying to ask someone for help. Like it was very confusing. So I guess we'll see if it's 4 issues. If it's more than that, I'm gonna have to take it off my poll because I can't do it.
Okay. I will go. And this is Something is Killing the Children. This is issue number 26. For some reason, I thought this was the end of a story arc, but it is the beginning of a story arc. Um, you know, whatever. But
Yeah.
Erica just got in a big fight with a monster. She is recovering. The person who is after her has gotten into town and is now like basically doing their best to turn the town against Erica. So I'm really interested. Like this book continues to just like slam along, has like I don't know, like it's just like it's really intriguing the way they just like keep the story going.
Is
When the
it
idea is just
still,
kind of go ahead.
I was gonna say, does it still grab you as much as it did like in the beginning?
Yeah, yeah. I would say like the way this issue ends, it's like, oh fuck. Like the way like the last like several like issues have gone, like the last story arc into this is just like so different. They did that flashback little bit of a story arc. I don't know, just does a really good job of like giving you all the pieces and then like taking you back and then like doing this like kind of like cat and mouse like chase sort of game.
Mhm.
So
Well, good. Good. I'm glad because that's 26 issues in.
hmm.
And that's a lot if something happened to like lose your interest in that.
Yeah, I was saying it's definitely not done that yet.
Very good.
Okay. So next we have Immortal X-Men. This is issue number 8. Um, this is just Destiny and Mystique solving crimes as
This is
Sherlock
their,
Holmes.
yeah, I was gonna say their Sherlock Holmes era. This is what they do now. Um,
Um, that's
I
really
did,
all that happens.
yeah, I was gonna say I did really, really like this one because it does go into Sinister as well,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
a little bit of like how he became who he is, I
Or
guess.
like what he's doing, like
Right.
what
Yeah.
he's been doing for all along, or yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Next.
Yes. Yeah. We have Bone Orchard Mythos 10,000 Black Feathers. This is issue number 3. And we just, yeah, get more of the story between Jack, right?
Hmm.
And I can't remember the other.
I can never
Tess.
remember her
It's
name.
not Tess, is it?
That sounds right, but I don't.
We'll just pretend.
Yeah. But yeah, it just kind of goes into what they were doing when Jack disappeared, or like the events leading up to that situation, and how their friendship is a little bit strained.
Hmm.
And then kind of explains what Tess is currently doing while she's investigating the disappearance of Jack to see if she like missed something that the cops might have. I need to figure out her name. That's gonna bother me.
Yeah, I don't know why I.
That does sound right though. No, Terry's the mom. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, that's really all that is. It's a little bit of a background, I guess, to the events that are taking place.
There's a lot of twists and turns going on here.
Yeah, and I like that it's told the way that it is. Like half of it is like what happened back then, and then half of it is like present time. But the thing about the art is it can get confusing if you don't know where to look for the change, because there were a couple times I did get confused, like, well, wait, what timeline is this? And then it obviously becomes clear. But I noticed that in the second one too, where we had the story being told as well, the story that they were writing. It's really good. Don't let that take you away from it. It's just me reading a lot of comics at one time, trying to keep up with it.
All right, and then lastly we have When. This is Thrown in the Sky. This is issue number 4. We learn a little bit about Strawberry.
I love Strawberry.
And like his connection to, I guess, the past and like what's happening. And I know him and Wind have like a really good talk, I feel like, or an interesting talk.
I do like the again, it's like I said, I think the last issue, if they had a whole book of just the lore from this world, I would be obsessed with it. And the story about the giants and how they separated and stuff is so good. And the art for the story within is incredible. I love this book so much.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my top books for sure.
Yeah.
Every time I am like, oh, I'm having a great time. This is wonderful.
And it always ends in such a way too, where it's like you dread what's happening because you know something big is going to be happening next. And there is one issue left, or is it 6 issues normally?
I feel like it's normally 6, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. I couldn't remember. For some reason, I thought it was 5, and I was like, no, there's only one more. How are they going to tie it all up? But then I forget they keep adding other story arcs. So it's not a big deal, but I'm going to look that up real quick while I have my inventory open anyway. No, just kidding. I don't
all
have
right,
it.
well, it's fine. It's fine. We'll find out as we get there. But that's it. That's the last we've got. We blew through it. I feel like we did a great job.
Yeah, we did great.
So go support your local comic book shops and your local libraries and support your friends and take care of one another. And
Yeah.
we'll see you on the flippity flip.